Is it working? It says it's working.
No.
See what everyone says.
No.
They're all gonna laugh.
You can't see me.
Come on, catch up. There he goes.
But my modesty.
And this is what I walk onto screen with. We already got people in chat. We got DB, Seven, Barbara, Cirque, and Pin. Hello, everyone. And DB seems upset. I'm assuming it's because we're not continuing Dragon Force. I wanted something light and fluffy. Fluffy.
Maybe he's mad because he missed out on Pepperidge Farm at Thanksgiving.
Oh, I don't even.
Y'all, it took him forever to get it. Like,
She
I
had
pulled out the bag of stuffing,
a bag
and
of
I'm
stuffing
like,
from
just
Pepperidge
for
Farm,
you.
and I'm sitting here going, "What? I like stuffing." And it took me forever to realize that it was Pepperidge Farm brand stuffing, and I'm like,
He was just like, "Oh, yum," and I was like, "Dude."
To be fair, I was tired.
I don't want to hear it. You weren't cooking.
And Aaron and Zach are also here. Welcome.
What up, y'all?
So everyone have a good Thanksgiving. Pepperidge Farm had a good Thanksgiving.
Pepperidge Farm remembered. Right up the turkey's ass.
So we're playing some Nights into Dreams.
Just
completely glossing over that one. I know you can LP Marauder, LP Rondo. I'm not Let's Playing Rondo of Blood. Oh my god, I would end the game in a... I've been saying the phrase "in a bell tower with a high-powered rifle" a lot in the past couple of weeks.
You know what? You're messing with Texas, and Texas does not fucking appreciate that shit.
We have a lot of high-powered bell towers. Here's what I was going to say. Oh, Lord. We have a lot of bell towers.
Yes.
I guess they're high-powered.
But that shit you're referencing happened to UT Austin, sir. Don't mess with Texas.
And their high-powered rifles and bell towers.
Also hook 'em horns.
People are discussing pie. Enjoy those. Yes, I did enjoy the codes. Thank you, Aaron. Aaron sent me several codes for the World Ends With You remix on Switch, which was one I was really interested in, and then I opted not to because the control scheme seems a little wonky. But now I have a copy of it, so I'm gonna have to play it. Because it's been I didn't finish it on the DS, and then Legend of Zelda Season Pass, and I'm forgetting what else. I'm blanking. There's a dog under my leg.
Hush your face, DB.
What's DB saying?
That the Longhorns suck. Don't tell me you're a fucking Aggie. Ugh.
Shall be my final grasping distraction of enjoyment of 33 before. I enjoy 33 for the last few minutes that you can. 7, just because 34 is a shit show. I can tell. I'm going through it now. And
I don't know. 35 was way worse than 34 for me. So
we're just saying you don't have much to look forward to.
Or maybe you do. We're just 2 people. It's a very small sample size. Very, very, very small.
And we are incredibly jaded motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're a little salty.
A little salty. So, Jesse's never seen this game.
Nope.
This is a game that I truly love. This is the one... I actually don't remember if this was the first or second game I played on the Saturn. Because I rented this and... Shining Wisdom, and that was what sold me on the Saturn. Because back when you could rent systems and games at Blockbuster, that thing that existed.
Sooner?
What sooner?
You're
Who's sooner? What am I missing?
DB and we've officially declared our sides in the long-term rivalry between Texas and Oklahoma.
And by that tone, I'm betting it's opposite sides.
Yeah. Nah. Although, to be fair, some of the best camping I've ever done in my life was in Oklahoma. So, I will at least say that much.
I mean, I have been to neither, so I cannot say anything. So I'm just getting extra score now. The whole thing is you get these yellow balls start off as blue balls, and you need to get 20 of them to release an orb that is a representation of a concept of, like, well, apparently white means purity. I did look up what that one, like, that's white's purity. So yeah, and then you have to deposit it at the little house thingy before time runs out. Otherwise, you turn back into the person that you were once before. Right now, I'm Clarice, whose entire story is she went to a audition for a performance and got cold feet because the director and everyone was kind of an asshole. So she just kind of...
I mean, I've been there.
She wandered off, and that fear is what prompted Wiseman to attack her in her dreams. Because that's how this world works.
Gotcha.
But Knights could sense that she had courage and came to her aid and is now taken over her body so that she can fly in her dreams and defeat the bad guy. And suddenly this stopped making as much sense. So
I mean, no, I get it.
And I think I just killed a poor innocent...
I'm still really stuck on purity of white, and that's gross.
I mean...
Man, again, dichotomy is terrible.
We're gonna go all, Virgin Bride. Well, what's everyone saying? There's something, Cirque's thing was blocked. It says 2013 was a shitty year for me, the worst.
Joke's on you, DB. I've never been cool.
I
haven't. I mean...
Me, I was never cool, and 4 a.m. is... Gesundheit, Loki. Before Christmas, check your PS4 for code. I will do that. And Pin's thing, Dream Logic is fucked up. That also got flagged. I really need to just fix my filters. At least for bad words. Like, racial slurs and whatnot can stay in there, but like, I'm getting a little tired of the filter being like, oh yeah, fuck. Because how many times do I say fuck? Also,
can you say it again with a little more emphasis on everything?
Fuck.
Excellent.
Is that enough emphasis?
For now.
Alright, I need to find one. So I have the sound turned off because I have the mic right in front of the TV. But, okay, right there. Well, shit. He's so far in the background, he's just a pixelated mess. Where are the fucking Nighttopians? There they are! They're little cone-headed people, and you can break them out of eggs, and that's fine. Or you can murder them.
Oh.
You can get... Knights has a vortex attack where you circle around and a little vortex will suck things into the ether. And you can kill the little Nighttopians. And if you kill enough of them, the music for the level will change.
Oh. Into
a less pleasant version of what it currently is. Or you can let them out and it'll become a more chipper version of what it is.
Alright.
It was a development called the A-Life system. that allowed the game to track what you were actually doing in the game. I find it to be a little creepy.
Precursor to a lot of other games. I mean,
well,
I'm stuck on Fable because that's what I have the most experience with.
Well, specifically, the same person who did this also did Sonic Adventure that did something called the Chow Garden, where you could raise a little blue creature and give it traits by letting it cuddle other animals, which is totally not creepy sounding when you take it out of that context.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
I'm just saying, welcome to Sonic the Hedgehog.
I mean, at least it's cuddling and not other things.
And not feeding it.
Or other things.
Another thing that starts with a I love this game. I'm actually kind of bummed that I have to use the S-Video cable. My SCART cable died. And then I found out that apparently the FrameMeister actually kind of sucks with SCART cables now. That sucks.
That's been a fun adventure.
Yeah. So I was planning on speedrunning this game at one point. And I kind of dropped that by the wayside. There's a way that you can kill this boss in one hit. And I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I've done it a couple of times, and then I fucked up, like, hardcore about a dozen other times. So, probably not actually 50-50. There's probably a different percentage or fraction thereof. But I'm not so good with the math. Yes.
I didn't say a fucking thing.
What's everyone saying? DB says, I want a fucking job. You and me both. The meme lives. When did this become Samuel L. Jackson impersonator convention? I mean, I'm not saying motherfucker. I could say motherfucker. Samuel Jackson.
I mean, I do, with regularity. But that tends to be more my purview than yours.
I mean,
where's my money, motherfucker? My one foray into anything juggalo, right there. That's it. I was forced to watch Big Money Hustlers, and that was.
I'm sorry. I do love this game. It's so adorable.
It loves you too.
It does, actually. It does love me.
It seems like a very loving game.
It's just so happy. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. I need 20 balls.
That seems excessive. I don't know how you would block.
I mean, with great difficulty. Like, just saying. I'm gonna be doing a lot of cowboy walking.
Like me when I broke my tailbone.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. So, okay. Since I haven't actually explained anything about this game, and I've just been sitting here flying around doing fucking loop-de-loops. So, in order to beat the game, you have to get a C ranking or higher for the level. And the best ways to do that are either get a ton of points each run, or beat the boss super fast and double whatever your score is for an average run. There are ways to beat bosses super fast. I kind of suck at it, so, except for that one that I'm, not quite the 50-50 on. So, I sit here and I go through each run a couple of times, get a bunch of stuff, and then once you unlock the little idea orb, and I'm going to say idea, and people can off. Tell me how you really feel. You get double points. So once you I am. So now that I've got the green orb of intellect, wisdom, I forget what the fuck it is. Everything I do gives me double points until I drop off the orb in the little. Fuck. What is? Not gondola. I'm
Gazebo?
Gazebo. Okay, so there was a Game Grumps thing where Aaron fucked up and said gazebo when he meant something else. And,
now you can't get that particular or whatever out of your head.
Yeah, I'm stuck on... I need to hurry the fuck up. There we go. 7 seconds to spare. But I got a B rank. Whee! And then, since everything is time-based, if you run out of time, you instantly get an F for that run. Enemies can, instead of doing damage to you, they do damage to your time. So, like, if I actually take damage from an enemy, what happens is I get, like, 5 seconds off my time.
All I'm hearing is grad school in video game form.
I mean, that's actually not a bad way to...
I mean, that was my experience. My enemies chipping away at my time.
Alright, let's see if I can not fuck up this time. There we go. And loop-de-loop. And we're just gonna skip this. This is a good level to just get an A rank on, like, by doing nothing. Alright, let's get the ball. Turn the balls the right colors.
Nothing.
Yes?
Oop.
I mean, feels like you want to say something.
Nope. No, I don't. I was never cool.
There we go. And, oh, hey, I got an A rank. I figured it was going to be a B. And those rings will take time off as well if you don't go through them perfectly. Because they're spiky, you know. Say something. Say it. Come on.
It's stressful. I feel like I'm about to get into a meeting with my thesis advisor, and I don't fucking like it.
I mean...
She is also kind of spiky.
And we got that, and now we leave.
She's also currently in charge of, like, hiring for the department right now, which is super depressing, because she's kind of terrible, but...
I mean, isn't that the case that, you know, people who really are super terrible are the ones that get to determine everything else?
I mean...
Alright, what boss am I fighting? Oh, it's this one.
My face.
Kind of. So, there...
You're fighting my face.
We have to shoot ourselves through this tube of water to hit a fish on the inside of it.
Okay. It's not my face.
I mean, it could be, because it's like looking at a fish tank. That's the whole thing. You're like looking into the fish tank and, you know, poking the fish. That's what we're... The bosses to this game are just a fucking acid trip. I actually kind of love it. I would love it even more if I could actually aim properly. There we go. Killed him. Fishy's dead. What's everyone saying? He's saving it for the PS Mini quality, right? But what I missed something. When did this becomes? I've been known to my channel is not for kids. Marauder knew he fucked up. Current trends hold. One day there will be some crazed randomizer for this game as well. Want to get my channel going? This past Tuesday was D&D for me, and my friend's character took head guy. Guy who gives head.
Alright.
Just saying.
Also, don't worry, 7. I have not worked on my thesis and it's been 84 years. No, 6 years. Partly because of personal reasons and partly because of the ethics with my thesis advisor. There are some issues there. I ended up dropping out of grad school. So.
When you said it's 84 years,
84 years.
I'm like, I'm not okay with this.
No, all of those 84 years were 2018.
Except for the last 2 months.
Except for the last 2 months, which have been like a week.
Oh my god. This year can just fuck off and die.
I mean,
that would make me a happy camper.
Also, I mean, winter. It's not even here yet, but winter can go die in a fire because at least that way I would be warm.
Yeah, I got in the hot tub last night and mistakes were made because as I'm in the hot tub, ice was forming on the outside of the hot tub.
He came inside, I was doing dishes, and he did that like mistakes were made. I tried so hard not to laugh, and then just failed miserably.
Mistakes were made. Regrets happened. Like, being in the hot tub, I felt like one of those monkeys in I think it's in Japan that live in the hot springs, but in the mountains, so it's like all around them they're covered in snow, like their heads are just like covered in ice, but they're just in the hot springs like, nope, not moving from this spot. This is where I live now. And I'm like, I could live in the hot tub. Just have all my mail forwarded here. Should then broaden my treatment of good tidings to all manner. Also, yes, this year sucked so much. So much. I'm probably not going to do a rant about the PlayStation 1 mini classic piece of crap, because I don't think there's anything that I can say that hasn't already been said in terms of just how terrible that is.
Plus, he wasted the good rant on me.
What was I?
No, you already ranted about it to me. Usually you rant there first, and then you tell me about it, but you wasted the good one on me.
I mean, God, everyone's saying things that need to be... Nah. There you go. I had to go get my brakes fixed today, which took for fucking ever, and $1,000. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. Quote from Pulp Fiction, English motherfucker, do you speak it?
They speak English or what?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? There's actually a really good SpongeBob video to that. Go check that out.
It makes me very happy.
I do some of Elliot's levels. Now, see, I know I'm probably going.
What does Marcellus look like?
Does he look like a bitch? And why you try to fuck him like a bitch?
I interrupted you. I apologize.
I was thinking, like, at one point in time, I was going to speedrun this, and I could get this game done in under an hour. But now I'm sitting here going, I don't think that's happening. But at the same time, it's like, I may still finish it long before the stream is supposed to normally end. Like, I could just go on, like, a murder spree of the night people, the Nighttopians, and just, you know, kill all of the nice people who live in this psychedelic dream world.
Look, I'm feeling as homicidal as the next person, but they didn't do anything.
They're reenacting Coneheads. Speaking of, I don't know how many people follow the Cards Against Humanity people, but Cards Against Humanity typically has a really interesting Black Friday sale. You know, a couple of years ago, they did like a legitimate sale giving away, you know, their game and whatnot for, you know, reasonable price. One year they gave manure. And that's not a joke. Like, they sent people boxes of manure. This year they had... I don't even know how to describe it. They had random stuff going on sale for, I think, 99% off or some shit like that. And one of the things that they had... And it's just one of everything, and you have to be lucky enough to actually get it. Like, click the link fast enough to be the one to actually get it. They had one of the original Coneheads cones. And yeah. I forget what it was valued at, but it sold for like a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Like being 99% off. They had a mace, like a medieval mace. Like, actually, technically, it was a flail because... Well, actually, technically, it was a Morning Star because it had a chain. But, you know, I'm not going to get into the semantics about weaponry.
Semantics!
At first, I was like, what the fuck did you just throw at me?
Sorry. A long-standing joke includes yelling semantics and throwing things at people. Elsewise, earlier tonight we were having a very opinionated political discussion, and
I wouldn't say opinionated. I mean,
we were of the same opinion. It was still opinionated.
Semantics! I have nothing I can throw.
And I started yelling about semantics and then just grunting very loudly.
Which totally doesn't sound creepy, by the way.
There's just no good word for that noise in English. There's really not.
Solomon Grundy went pants too.
I'm sure that German has a word that would accurately describe that particular noise, but I don't know German.
Libet's sister-in-law speaks German and hates it when people say that German sounds like an angry language.
I love German. It doesn't sound angry as much as often complicated and confused, but...
I'm gonna say it sounds pretty fucking angry.
I mean, if you're yelling at it, it sounds angry.
I mean... Everything sounds pretty fucking angry in German. Meh. Meh. I don't know where we're going with this, but...
I wasn't going anywhere. You just kept on trucking, though. Congratulations to you.
I could use more sleep.
Yeah, same. I didn't even finish one cup of coffee before I left the house this morning.
Only a C? I had 2 B's in there! Alright, come on, rabbit lady.
That is some powerful push-up action there.
Forget her name, but she's an opera singer. If you could hear the music, she's singing opera.
I imagine that the underwire on that is very uncomfortable.
Bitch. You shouldn't be doing damage to me. I should be doing better than this.
Have you ever met an opera singer?
Yes, actually.
They can do some damage.
They can. I mean, I haven't met one that exists as a rabbit person floating down
No.
a dinner hall, I think.
No, but I'm just saying, my great aunt can do a lot of damage, mostly with her words.
Words hurt.
They do.
Fucking C rank. C rank can eat a dick. Let's see what chat's saying.
Night, Cirque.
Cirque's heading out. Bye, Cirque. Manure. Biff hates manure. Turn off the second avenue. They needed to shock the world with less terribly mini Saturn. I mean, I would love a mini Saturn. I just don't think they do it well. Anyone cares about weaponry semantics? Your Castlevania LPs are good for that.
Pen. Agreed.
English is not a language. It's three language stacked on top of each other's shoulders wearing a trench coat.
Yep.
When I was getting your codes, I was going to get you Starlink Battle for Atlas, the Switch version. I've heard that that's a pretty good Star Fox game, considering it is not in fact a Star Fox game, but it is a good Star Fox game. Yeah, fuck off with that hint. The game will give you hints when you suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I took 2 hits, so I lost 10 seconds, so obviously I...
Here's a hint. Don't get hit!
Basically? Fuck off, game. And it's the level that basically encapsulates our current climate, except without the actual snow.
Well, that would be weather, not climate. It's our current weather. It might be our climate very soon. We're headed towards another ice age, but...
No, we're not, because we basically stopped that with, global warming. Man-made fossil fuels.
That pendulum swings back eventually.
No. Are you saying nature abhors a vacuum and has to strive for balance? I'm pretty sure that's just hippie rhetoric.
Yeah. Spoken like a true Libra, right here.
I mean... Something, my dad's an environmental scientist. I actually, I've seen this shit.
I mean, no, like, yeah, in the immediate, no, but long term, we're bringing it on faster than it should have. That pendulum's gonna swing harder than it ought to.
Like an old man's testicles, the pendulum will swing in the opposite direction, just as hard.
There are so many parts of that did not need to be said out loud. There's an episode of American Dad where Steve, they try to bypass Steve's puberty by giving him an aging serum, and they bypass it too far and he gets turned into an old man, and he starts talking about his pendulous nads. That's every time I think of a metronome or a pendulum. Oh,
that's
no.
all I can think of.
Don't fucking do that to me, because then when I'm over at my boss's house and our kids are playing piano with their fucking metronome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ass. Did not fucking need that.
Pendulous nads. TikTok, motherfucker.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Whee! I'm gonna do that again. Because I want an A rank, because C rank is for fuckers. Coffee is for closers.
Which is also a delicious beer.
Ah. I keep thinking the Fall Out Boy song. Oh
Well,
god, please tell me I didn't just murder everyone at the subway station.
Murder! No, I'm sure Fall Out Boy, like,
was there first, but Fool State has a beer. Coffee is for closers, and it's tasty and delicious.
I mean, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure someone else beat Fallout Boy to Coffee is for closers as well, but
in terms of the two things we were talking about, I'm willing to bet Fallout Boy was there first.
I mean,
good old Fob.
Like fop, fucking old people. Yes?
I am one of those old people. Go fuck yourself.
You're only old in spirit.
Oh, no, I'm old in so many ways.
Like, you know how to drive without causing an inconvenience for everyone around you.
Well, that's true.
Unless you're intentionally causing an inconvenience for everyone around you.
I never intend to be an inconvenience. That's part of being me and being brought up a Southern lady.
And now I'm the Jamaican bobsled team. Get it? Cool Runnings?
I got it. You're not Jamaican.
Steve, Jamaican me crazy.
Bad baby, bad baby. I'm just three liar references in a trench coat.
No, that was me and Will in high school. Like that encapsulates Will and I's high school experience. It's just beating the shit out of each other and quoting liar liar at inappropriate times. I will never forget, one of our friends was rather well endowed in the and we were completely unbeknownst to us that she was around, we were quoting that scene of, if I were a boxer, I'd bounce those things like Sugar Ray Leonard, and then like all of a sudden she's there and it's like, oh shit.
Wah, wah. No, the look on your dad's face though when I was in the kitchen on Thanksgiving. Bad baby, bad baby. It was just like.
Which is funny because my dad should know that because again I think
it was just because it was coming out of my mouth and not yours.
Oh shit. Son of a bitch. There we go. Hey, I killed the cat.
Pen, yes. Yes.
What's everyone saying?
So many Monty Python references.
Great grandma was an opera singer. She went to college in the 1910s for music. Eternal ancestors were badasses. Chrono Trigger intro would never lie to us. Marauder makes a difference. I know Marauder will never do this, but LP Chrono Cross was just... No, mostly because I still need to finish the Chrono Cross Let's Play with Culex. We still have yet to finish that, and it's been, I think, 4 years.
Jeebus.
Which one will make the flow charts? Walk into that one like a rake in a parking lot. We also quoted Monty Python as well. In fact, that's typically how we referred to anyone who was very well endowed. It's like they've got huge tracts of land.
Yeah, it was very weird when, like, practically overnight, people were doing that to me. That was very weird because I was like vice president of the itty bitty titty committee all through high school until like the summer between junior and senior year, and then suddenly.
Well, at least they weren't quoting, what is it, Bridget Jones? Text pervert.
Well, that's true. Instead, I just got asked directly by several people if I had gotten implants. It was that quick.
I mean, I've spent enough time feeling sorry for myself, trying to get back to playing and get some food. Bye, DB! Good luck on the job search.
DB.
I know those feels and that pain.
Open. Ugh.
First the spanking, then the oral sex. Which could describe...
Wicked bad naughty suit.
Which that could, describe my ideal weekend. There's something brewing. I'm waiting for it.
My ideal weekend is sleep. But then again, I'm old.
Only in spirit.
You whippersnappers can get up to whatever hanky-panky you want to.
Would you like some hard candy? What was the one from Bob's Burgers? The Dr. Thomas's old-timey bitters?
Well, there were those, but he also had a bag of, like, the old-fashioned peanut butter logs, which I actually do love. I'm adorable.
Adorable. We're going to the Soft Museum. They make a pill for that now. I make mini pills for that now. Okay.
So I really, directly or tangentially related to the Soft Museum.
I'm curious.
I really want to go see the Penis Museum in Iceland.
I want to go see the Penis Festival in Japan.
I mean, that would also be fun.
I mean, who...
What Iceland has going for it is the sheer variety in terms of species.
I mean, true. I'm just sitting here thinking, who doesn't want penis-shaped ice cream or penis-shaped churros? I mean, that's basically it. And break it. Break it good. I actually take offense when I get a C rank, because it's like, I know the math should be more in my favor, but then again, I'm not so good at the maths.
I mean, I also get offended when I get a C. But...
I mean, if we're talking about school, I was elated if I got a C, because that means I actually did something and I didn't just fuck up. Most of the time, I just kind of fucked up. Because that's...
Fucked up or fucked off?
A little column A, a lot of column B.
That's what I thought.
Don't act like you know me. You don't know. That's my purse. I don't know you.
I did that for one of my coworkers today. I got one of those fucking spam calls, and I picked it up, and I went, "That's my purse! I don't know you!" And Ellen was just like, just let it ride. It's fine. BTO it.
I mean, that's typically how I respond to spam calls, too.
I mean, yeah, because we're normal.
I also keep getting a... Good one.
Jokes!
I also keep getting a bunch of, like, totally not illegal, like, scam calls that are like, oh yes, yes, like give us your social security number. I'm like, I've just gotten to the point to where it's like, how about you give me your social security number?
I don't know. I feel like that's where you need to start pulling a Betty White on SNL. Like when the census takers came to her door. It's like, what's her name? Blarfingar, Blarfingar. And how is that spelled? Leesmith. So that's Blarfingar, Blarfingar spelled Lee Smith. Yes.
Oh, Betty White's a national fucking treasure.
She really is.
Alright, so one thing I do want to point out, because I really kind of nerd out over this. So, there's a mirror in this thing. In this section of the game. The processing power it took to do this was fucking unheard of at the time. This is one of those things that just proves that the Saturn was a really powerful piece of hardware, but that no one fucking knows how to make it work, because even the people at Sonic Team are like, we don't know how we actually did that. It happened. We walked into the office one day and there's a fucking mirror. What's Barbara saying something about penis?
The cobbler's elves just came in and...
Penis places in Burma. I tied the Mad Monk. Adorable Jess equals confirmed. I did not exactly vote much otherwise. Imagine explaining to someone's exchange student tutor while go and come interchangeably. Oh god. Well, to go down on and to come down on are not interchangeable.
No.
I hear penis and think back to part 1 season of Castlevania. Dick punching! Everyone gets dick punching. Cultural idioms will fuck you up. And that's why I think the US is just kind of fucked. Because we exist solely on idioms, and that's why the rest of the world's like, you can't make sense.
It's so hard to retrain your brain to write in global English rather than, you know, the way we talk over here.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, I can... You want to hear my Baptist minister impression?
No, I
get to say the word wash.
Wash. Alright, there's a video that I almost sent to you. It is Goofy singing Evanescence.
I can already hear it in my head, and it's amazing.
Right? Like, it's like seeing a picture of Morgan Freeman and with a caption to it, and you're like, admit it, you read the caption in his voice. That's Goofy and Evanescence. Like, it's... That is all it is.
Wait up.
And your mom's here. She says hi.
Mama.
Oh, it's Jackal. Jackal? Jackal. No, you don't get clothes. Okay, so...
Is it a Ferengi woman, and are you a Ferengi asshole?
No, he's a house elf, and he does not get clothes. Dobby is not free. See, look, he is a head...
As a proud member of Spew, fuck you.
He is a demon whose body is a cloak, and as long as he has the cloak, he can produce cards out of thin air.
Sounds kind of like Jack of Shadows.
Yeah, right? Okay, kill him. Jackal's actually kind of cool. We actually had a dog named Jack, named after Jack of Shadows.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's a book me and Mom really like.
Okay.
So, yeah. The more you know. Ben says, hi Sharon, welcome to linguistics class.
Darian.
Good news, everyone!
Yes.
Good news! It's a suppository.
Gentlemen, behold!
Okay, so there is...
I didn't do it, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't fucking do it. I made scalloped corn for Thanksgiving, and I went in to carry it and put it on the table and be like, gentlemen, behold, corn. And I didn't do it. Very disappointed in myself.
You missed a prime opportunity to say a joke that only you, me, and Livett would actually get.
Which is probably why I didn't do it. Maybe?
Actually, my brother might get it too. Jeremy might. He used to watch a lot of Aqua Teen, but whether or not he retained any of it is...
Okay.
Good news! It's suppository. Yes. Go on.
No, I'm just... I keep hearing Farnsworth's voice, and it's very entertaining to me.
What do you hear him saying? That...
It always starts with good news. Good news, everyone.
There's one, I forget what it is he was doing, but like, he kept saying, ah, to shreds you say.
Now, when the kittens were born, and we were convinced somehow that we would end up giving the kittens away instead of keeping all but one of them, we decided to give them nicknames instead of actually naming them, because we were like, this is just temporary, we need to identify them to, like, you know, make sure the right one goes to the vet and whatever. We had one that for a while was called Ferret, because it looked like a baby ferret. And then it was called Dipstick, because it was almost all white with a black chunk of tail. And then we decided to name it Farnsworth. I don't know why. So we had Farnsworth and Nibbler. I kept debating whether or not Shitty should be Leela, but instead she's just Shitty.
Instead, she's just shitty.
Oh, she was the only one of the kittens that ended up with any brown markings like her mom, and she was born in the litter box. Her name was gonna be Shitty.
I mean...
Nibbler for a while was actually Snotty, because he just wouldn't stop snotting on everything.
There's a mental image.
Yeah.
But by that logic, I should call Axis Drooly.
You could.
But then I keep thinking about that kid from Hank of the Hill, Dooley. Your dad got blown up.
In Espanol.
Espanol, por favor. Kid is a little asshole.
Such a tool! But yeah, Farnsworth was the one that got adopted. Farnsworth's full name was Philip J. Farnsworth III.
I mean...
As far as I know, whoever took him kept the name, so...
With a name like that, with a name like Smuckers, it has to be good. Yes.
It's amusing to me the degree to which our conversations are comprised of movie quotes and fucking commercials with a name like Smuckers.
It has to be good. And I just collected a bunch of stuff. Because I got magnetic. Because I have a magnetic personality. Don't judge me. Sorry, Loki huffed it.
I was like, I was trying to figure out how to put my sword down, not you.
Loki's just like, don't judge me. That was a good joke.
Yeah, Loki's pretty judgy. I mean, he's fantastic, but he's kind of a diva sometimes.
I get it.
Though, given the number of drag queens I used to hang out with, he's pretty small taters in the diva category.
Let me hit the knob.
What's taters, precious? Speaking of.
What is taters precious? Oh shit, I'm running out of time. I need to hurry the fuck up. I'm gonna fail. Because it's gonna take, like, all the time in the world to get there. And I still haven't even gotten the thing. Oh. I fucked up. So, because I was paying more attention to everything else around me, there's now an alarm clock chasing me. And if it catches me, we wake up. And that's an instant effort. Because I failed. He's making noises over there.
He is.
I mean, to be fair, I fucking hate this level.
Loki, come here.
I hate this part of the level. Everything about this level
Come here.
blows donkey ass.
Come here. He is fast asleep. He is not going to do anything to you, Loki. Come here.
Oof. Everything about this part of the level blows donkey ass.
That's gross.
Don't judge what other people might be into.
Yeah, but bestiality's still pretty illegal.
Lois, taking a break is a sin. Bestiality is a sin. I don't know how we got onto that one. What's everyone saying? Because this is kind of... Your mom hates alarm clocks.
They are terrible.
Are you making Loki dance to Phenomena?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh fuck! I hate this level is the one I hate the most out of the entire game. Yeah, Loki's just sitting here because Axis is currently sleeping in his bed.
Yeah.
The bed for Loki is currently inhabited by a cat.
Some people juggle geese. It's very quaint.
Oh hey! It's the evil version of me. And now we get to dance around each other. We have to suck them into the suck each other into the vacuum.
You have to suck each other.
Yeah. And I have to suck Riella 3 times.
You must be thorough.
Yep. Knock her, or it, rather. Them, they. They. Into the 3 lamps that are decorating this nightmarish hellscape. Because, you know, if I'm going to have my own battle arena, it's going to have floating lanterns.
I mean, why the fuck not?
Some people juggle geese. Hello, Shadow Archetype. Basically, Shadow before Shadow existed. Alright, so with that, now that I've beaten all the levels, I can do the final level, which is the exact same for both kids, but you have to do it twice to get the actual ending.
Alright.
What time is it? It is 8:30. First, I'm just gonna dick around. Hey, Loki.
Okie dokie, you're the one.
He looks very confused.
Yeah, he usually is when I sing in his song.
I'm sure there are fic writers who have written porn of that. I mean, yes. So...
I've been on an archive of our own for a hot minute, speaking of.
So this game is fully 3D, as we can see. When you're playing and you're flying as knights, you're basically on a track. You can only go on a set path. But when you're the kids, you can go fuck all anywhere.
Okay.
The only downside is you get chased by the alarm clock that tries to wake you up. Which makes me wonder why they went with that. Because it seems like it'd be so much fucking cooler to just wander around in 3D.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not to be confused with Rule 34 of the Evil Overlord list, which is I will not turn into a snake. It never helps. Playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night and going... Reaching the Upside Down Castle. I mean, there's porn of everything. Not that I've gone looking for porn of everything.
I just assume.
I mean, there's actually a lot of porn I've gone looking for, because mostly the curiosity of it, does it actually exist?
I'm just saying, some of that Harry Potter erotica is pretty, it's an experience.
I mean, I grew up in the early days of the internet, and I was blown the fuck away by the fact that hentai was a thing. So I was like, oh, I get to see these video game characters naked? That's awesome! Like, that was, you know, my pervy teenage self's dream come true.
Uh-huh. You know what I was doing on the internet at that age?
Not looking at porn?
Not looking at porn. I was, however, like, setting up various god modes on M-Trek and taking down entire fleets. But I wasn't looking at porn.
Are you just saying that because your mom's watching the stream, or...?
Nope. Nope. It was a family computer. Even if I had the thought to look at porn, that would have been a bad place to do it.
I mean, yeah. Or you could have just learned how to hide your tracks. Not saying that I did that, but totally saying I did that. Porn being there for everything at all times is pretty much the equivalent of North Star guiding. So I've reached...
So in a couple thousand years, it won't be there. We'll need to have something else that is the guiding star when we switch over to Polaris.
Yeah. So I've reached the edge of the world. Oh shit! The alarm's after me!
It also reached the edge of the world.
It did. It's a lot faster than I give it credit for.
I'm invincible! You're a loony.
Well, see, once you... Oh shit. I've again hit the edge of the world, and now I'm just gonna bounce into oblivion. Oh, I think it got me. I think it got me. No! It didn't get me!
Holy shit.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure it got me. No! Shit, what is going on? I'm hitting the alarm clock. I'm beating it into submission. I actually don't think I've had this much fun just wandering around the actual world.
Someone chose this time as the perfect time to finally fucking finish his dinner.
I mean... And now I can sit here and it's like, hey, Knights is trapped in the gazebo. Knights is like, hey, let me out. Come let me... No, nope, not gonna do it. I'm gonna sit here and wait for the fucking alarm clock.
Mama, I am not a prude. Might have been inexperienced, and I might have found the word penis very funny, because it's a funny word. But I am not a prude. There's just a time and a place for things.
And I am the exact opposite. I'm just a dirty perv. And
I am also a dirty perv. Just at the appropriate time and place.
What is this appropriate, you know?
Not in front of my mom. That's the appropriate.
Where porn can be anything, we too can be anything. That is probably the best inspirational quote I've seen about porn ever. Oh, I kind of love it. Kind of love it. All right, so now that I've done this, let's see. Can I just where is the alarm clock? And I'll do the final level.
Oh man, Penn, one of my friends ended up getting a research assistant position at McGill, I think, to watch porn and analyze it. I very much enjoyed her stories of how awkward it was to watch porn with her professor.
Remember I said the game gives you hints.
Uh-huh.
The game is saying, get nights. It's like, hey.
Good nights, Chris.
Pet the pancreas. Words into dreams. Alright, let's beat the game. Kind of a sheltered penguin, wouldn't say a prude, but just sheltered. I have an older brother. There's no way I could be sheltered.
Okay, I was the one in several of my sexuality studies courses telling everyone where the nearest kink club was for this or that or the other, the nearest foot fetish club was, the nearest chubby chaser club was, like, because I knew all that shit. I don't do any of those things. I just fucking know them. I'm not a prude. I just have a...
You have a very clinical knowledge of sex and sexuality.
I do. Sometimes it overlaps with the experiential, but both are valuable, and I kind of take it all in and roll with it.
So, the final level, we realize the power has been inside us the entire time, and now we.
Just click your heels together 3 times and say you wish.
I mean, basically. The soundtrack to this level is actually really good. I'm kind of disappointed that I have to play with the TV muted so that there's not an echo, but
Ways in which Glinda the Good Witch is like fucking manipulative as Dumbledore. Go through the whole thing. Oh, the power was inside you the whole time.
Or you could have just fucking sent me home.
Like, you just tell me this shit and I'll fucking do it. Or, since Dorothy's a fucking teenager, maybe she doesn't take it at face value. But then it's on her. You gave her the information, she was just a dumb teenager. Like... Glinda the Good Witch. Glinda the Gaslighting Witch. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna say, I actually really did not care for The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. I did really like... it's a shame that it got canceled. I like the reinterpretation that came with Emerald City.
Emerald City, did you ever see Tin Man?
No.
Tin Man was pretty good. It had, what's-his-face, who was, in Captain America, the First Avenger as, Dum Dum Dugan, and he was in Arrow as, the magic-using bad guy. I'm blanking on the name. He's fucking everywhere. Fucking everywhere.
He's fucking everywhere. I'm surprised he hasn't been arrested.
I mean... Alright, so we have all of the idea orbs, and we can break the magic shell that is here, and then, lo and behold, the other kid joins the... It's like... We're sharing dreams now.
I mean... Again, welcome to Night Vale. Well, in this case, desert bluffs.
Porn is overrated, no storyline. No, there are storylines. They're just like pizza delivery guys and plumbers. And now we get to fight the main villain, Wiseman, who is creepy.
Uh-huh.
And now there's 2 knights, so both kids get turned into knights. So we get to dodge fireballs.
Disembodied hands. Seeing a curtain, back to the Wizard of Oz critiques. You know.
I have to say, this is an interesting boss fight. Like, he has some interesting abilities. The mechanic to it is we have to both hit the shield, so that one of us can hit the shield and then we can break through it and hit him. And he just keeps changing stuff. Like, hey, tornado. We have to go through the center and weakest part of the tornado. Otherwise, we get shot to hell and gone. And I killed him?
Which is totally exactly how tornadoes work.
I mean, yeah. The one guy not fazed by extreme medical and otherwise scandalous content. Porn's greatest untold story is to be the music. I mean...
I'm sorry, those bass lines are fucking amazing.
I always feel like Boomhauer. So the end story is for Claris. She goes back to the audition. The 3 panelists who are just kind of like he's just he's just fuck off and he's asleep.
Of course, they're all fucking dudes. That's why, honey.
And she gives the best performance ever and like actually knocks them to their feet. But it's because of magic power.
I mean, but it's the power that was inside her the whole time. Thank you, Glinda the Gaslighting Witch.
Well, so in this case, it's not the power was inside you the whole time. Because that was actually what drew knights to them. It's like, the power is inside you. The courage, the red Idia orb is bravery. So it's like, you have bravery, so you can do this. So... And she gets the part. Her face is kind of terrifying. I mean, this is...
Shoes are terrifying, just in terms of scale. But, anyway, go ahead.
Don't... That is some clearly Square Enix type shoes right there. No one's commented the fact that Knights doesn't have a neck. There is no neck there. It is a floating head.
Okay, but Knights is also like a just construct, so Knights doesn't need a neck.
Also, I was going back through the manual. Knights wasn't created by Wiseman. Knights was just the only Nightmare that was not controlled by... so apparently Wiseman went through and started controlling all, like, mind-taking, like, Mintok, and started controlling all the other Nightmare. And Knights was the only one who hadn't been converted yet, basically. So...
Okay.
Another reason why the Wii sequel sucks, because they said Wiseman created Knights. That's not how it worked.
Also, another reason why Jessica Jones continues to be a very timely and relevant piece of work.
Mintok, the Mind Taker, he wears purple, but his skin is green. So I'm like, he could be the Purple Man in Harvey Birdman. That just... the magic of confidence. What's everyone saying?
What's wrong?
What's the matter, Loki?
I don't know if he was actually whining or if he was snoring and I woke him up.
I wake up, Schleeple.
Sleep up, Weeple!
Sleep up, Weeple.
It's Dale Gribble worthy, I think.
Boat trails. That's party. Party,
No,
party, party.
I'm the party.
I want to get Andrew WK.
Don't start till I walk in.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't, though. Notice. Every party that has been held at this house gets way more fun as soon as I come in.
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
No, you can confirm it.
Don't wake up the sheeple, haven't you read XKCD? Attack of the Consonants.
Kirkle?
Yeah, like James T. Kirkle.
Captain James Tiberius Kirkle.
Snip. Weren't we talking about circumcision earlier?
We were talking about crinkle cut fries earlier, and then you started going into the various whatever of men and cut, and you went with like
Rip.
stacked, and I went with circumcision.
I love how there's so many cut, ripped, stacked. Like, all to say, in great muscular shape.
But nope, I went with circumcision. Boo! Genital mutilation! Boo!
Just the statement, I went with circumcision. I went with circumcision, Jess, in 2018.
I mean...
I was watching a Game Grumps episode.
I was practicing my guillotine skills to scale.
I was watching a Game Grumps episode today, and they were talking about something off-screen before they had started recording an episode, and Danny was like, no, I'm not going to sing that. I would love to say it's a great song, but the things that are sung are the ones that get taken out of context so easily. So it's like, I don't want there to be a YouTube remix of that, like, 10 years down the line. And the topic was anal sex. So Lord only knows where it was going.
And it feels so good. I don't know.
Nice.
It's better than what's been stuck in my head lately, because that, in conjunction with anal sex, would be like that's a bad story.
Thank you for playing. Try Elliot's Dream. You have to beat both to get the full ending.
I get it, but the context in which all of this is happening right now, try Elliot's Dream, not very encouraging.
Well, if you do Elliot first, it's try Claris's Dream. So, at least it's...
Either way. What?
It's like...
He sounds so pitiful, you guys.
Some circumscribing there. Coco Pele. Yeah, I love that the digital sound company used Coco Pele as their... what time is it? How much more time do I have? I got a little bit of time. Let's just dick around somewhere. I'm not going to do Elliot's Dream. Elliot can fuck off with that. Fuck it. We'll do Elliot's Dream. I was gonna just bounce around.
Are you the decider? Are you decidering?
It's like, I was just gonna bounce around and try to avoid the alarm clock again, but I'm like, I've already done that today.
So I'm gonna just jump off the ledge.
I'm bored.
I'm bored. When did it get so boring again?
Sorry, that's the first place my mind went when you were like, I've already done that today.
Alright, so there was a webcomic that I grew up on about Mega Man. It was called Bob and George. And it came up with an idea of why Mega Man switched from the original Mega Man series to the X series. And it was basically one of the other characters, Zero, went on a murderous rampage and killed everyone. And that's
like
what happened.
You do.
And that seems to actually be the theory in the Mega Man universe, is Zero just straight up murdered everyone. So, you know, that happened.
Those feels, I know them.
But the Bob and George people also did a lot of stuff with this, to where they also did a Flash cartoon to finish up the story. And so there's Zero, who's in the process of killing everyone, and he's trying to figure out how to kill this one person. It's like, I could crush his skull, but I already did that today. Because he, in fact, crushed Mega Man's skull. And then the joke is, I know, I'll just kick his fucking head in.
Wow.
So every time I hear, anytime I was like, I already did that today, I think of, I could crush his skull, and I already did that today.
Speaking of skull crushing, we have more Black Sails to watch.
I love that that's where this went.
I'm just saying, fucking Long John Silver.
He crushed.
He did.
He crushed someone's skull.
Fucking Dufresne.
Yeah, Dufresne kind of had it coming. Dufresne could eat all the bags of all the dicks. And just...
But not original Dufresne. Original Dufresne was kind of awesome.
New Dufresne sucked.
Sucked a lot.
I remember Bob and George, right? I think it was great.
Whew. Excuse me.
Bob and George pretty much set the standard for funny Mega Man characters. I mean, Bob and George set the standard for a lot of webcomics. And now we get to beat Wiseman again.
Do it.
And he's got eyes on his disembodied hands.
I mean, so does the hamburger helper dude. Nobody's bitching about that.
Well, he also has a face. He's got eyes and a mouth. This guy just has 6 disembodied hands with 6 disembodied eyes.
Okay, so I don't know. Hello Kitty doesn't.
He sure does.
Or is it? No, it's Hello Kitty's pet kitty.
Yeah, but I mean that's also kind of creepy into itself. And done.
I don't know. Never been a big Sanrio person.
I never really cared. Wiseman, aka Death Phantom.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of hands to slap people with, though. Like,
think of the bitch slapping you could do. Alright, now we also get the full ending where the kids actually are conscious in the dream world and they don't have to worry about the fucking alarm clock. They see each other in passing as they fade out of existence. So it's like, oh wait, when they see each other in real life, you were the person in my dream. Because they don't know each other outside of...
But that's not how dreams work. You can't dream somebody you don't know. Or at least a face that you haven't seen before.
I mean, when there is a world of dreams and inhabitants of it that can apparently pull people into the same dream. So her story is
my BFF Joe.
Is pretty useful. Like she was going for an audition. She wanted to be in a production that was getting ready to happen. This kid, he got schooled in basketball the day before. That is his story. He got schooled in basketball. The next day he comes back with his friends, and they actually do better and beat the bully kids in the color-coordinated outfits. Mostly because I think that's supposed to represent, like, different grade, uniforms, but, like...
all I'm hearing is masculinity is so fragile.
All that matters is basketball. Yeah!
The tears of cishet men.
If you put Shinji and Kari here. Eva's Evangelion's coming to Netflix. Alright, so after the basketball game, there's a parade for the production that the girl was going to be a part of.
Okay, I was like, please don't tell me that is for the fucking, like...
No. It's for the Twin Seeds celebration, which celebrates the giant tower, and she was auditioning for a performance for the Twin Seeds.
Okay.
Or Twin Dreams part of the Twin Seeds performance. And then there's the parade going on, and Knights is like, hey, kid, go in here. And he sees Claris.
Hey, kid, do you want some musical theater? Got your musical theater.
Hey, kid, you want to be a techie? Do you like sound design or light design? What about set design? We got some good set design. First one's free.
Hey, kid, you want to use a tinsel?
And he looks at her and blushes and is like, oh, well, and then I don't know how they got the set pieces to vaporize into glitter, but... And then the two of them realize that they're from the dream, and they I guess, get sucked into the dream world while they're conscious. I don't know, and I don't know how everyone else in the theater just didn't start flipping the fuck out right now. Because Lord knows
this screams folly adieu to me. It's a shared delusion. No one else is in on it. Everyone else is just sitting there like, this isn't what I fucking paid for.
And then at the end, both kids get to see Knights for the last time as Knights is like, hey, we killed the bad guy.
He achieved the power of the ref not calling traveling. Yes.
Glassjaw, welcome! And then an usher comes in and asks if you bought a damn ticket. Tickets, please. And then promptly throws him out and goes, looks to the next person and goes, no ticket.
In an ill-fitting jacket.
An ill-fitting Nazi jacket. No. He was throwing the Nazi out. He was dressed as a waiter. Rowan, stop scratching at that.
I love Harrison Ford so much. Which is interesting, given my stance on cishet men, but...
Glassjaw ordered a Switch on Monday and had to deal with GameStop all day because naturally they fucked up. How did they fuck up? I'm curious.
Whoa.
Rowan actually got close to Loki without being an asshole.
And Loki didn't totally lose his shit.
Come here, Rowan. Come say hi. And now he's losing his shit. Because Rowan has the high ground. High ground! It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Paid for one-day shipping. Got an email today saying it'll be here December 5th. That's... That's GameStop. Their shipping options have always been shit. That's why I never actually trust them to ship me anything, and it's like, I will just pick it up in the store if I have to go through them. Hi, Rowan. You want to say hi to all the nice people?
Cat!
Yep, Barbara's yelling cats, Seven's yelling cat. And you're purring. You're a purr bucket. See, part of the reason why Rowan's being such a little asshole to Loki is because Rowan's jealous. Because I spend a lot of time with Loki.
Trying to make him feel comfortable.
Like, get him used to the house. And Rowan's like, this is my fucking person. This is my human.
And keep Loki from, you know, scavenging the litter boxes because dogs are gross.
Dogs eat poo.
But they're gross.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, Rowan's very jealous.
I would have picked it up in store, but it was online only. The Switch with $50 GameStop card and 30. Oh yeah, it was that one. That deal. I was actually really, really concerned for a second because I was seeing all the pre-Black Friday, pre-Cyber Monday ads, and there was a thing going around talking about GameStops. And like, they've got a Blast from the Past bundle, and it's like $75 for Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, Wii U, PS4. I'm like, it was basically every console. And the problem was, the way it was worded in the pre-release, it made it sound like if you spent $75, you got all of these consoles. But what it was is each console had a bundle for itself for $75. And it was starting at $75. Like the PS4 and the Xbox One versions were like considerably more expensive. But like, I was like, for $75, yeah, I'd fucking buy that just to have backups of all of these systems. But for individually, no.
It's really depressing that the 360 is on the Blast from the Past.
I mean, well, GameStop only keeps the current gen and one previous gen in store.
I know they do, but still, I've been rendered obsolete.
Well, the fact that when I worked at GameStop, I would tell people that, oh yeah, I used to play this game on the Sega Saturn. And they're like, the what? Because Knights actually has an HD remake that came out on Xbox Live and PlayStation Network and Steam. And everyone was like talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, have you seen that? And it's like, yeah, I used to play it on the Saturn. The what now? I'm like, you just get out of my store. Just out.
You must be this tall to ride. Get the fuck out of line.
I had that statement. We made that joke a lot when I was working at Barnes & Noble. Because something about working in a bookstore was really weird. Because either we looked younger than we were, or customers thought we were younger, or customers that came in, some we thought were older than they were. There were two girls that came in and would hit on me and a couple of the other guys there all the time. And one day I found out that they were like 15. And I'm like, you must be this old to continue.
Yeah. Like,
like, no.
Yet, 9.
And like, this was like forever ago, so like, I wasn't even 21 yet. So it was like, I was a lot closer to that age, but I was still old enough to where that was cringy. I'm like, you are an attractive young woman, and when you turn 18, maybe give me a call, I don't know, but like right now, no. Like, once you turn 18, I will be over 21, and I'm still pretty sure that's still not... It's within the half your age plus 7 rule that is, like, most people's...
Yeah, but I don't think that rule really applies until you hit your 30s. Because, like...
Yeah.
Otherwise, because of how fast you're maturing, it's really evident even at a year or two older.
Yeah.
So that just can't.
Like the last time I hung out with a teenager, I locked her on the balcony because she just pissed me off so much. My parents got me one for 10th birthday.
Oh, we're talking about Nintendo's. Getting one for 10th birthday. Was a bribe to move to Chicago without whining. 5 years later, got a SNES for Christmas. I always got a console. That was my... Like, whenever there was a new console out that was... And I was a Sega kid. So, like, I got a Genesis with Sonic 1. That was a Christmas present one year. Several years later was the Saturn. Several years after that was the Dreamcast. And I think that was it. I think after that, all the other consoles I have, I were not Christmas presents. The Wii was a Christmas present. That was because that came out right before the holidays, and I remember having to stand in line outside of GameStop to get one, and I got in trouble that day because I had told my boss that, like, hey, there's a shipment of Wii's coming in. I have time off. I want to use this time off. I don't want to come into work. Can I find someone else to work for me? And apparently that seemed like a completely foreign concept to them. And they didn't let me find someone else to work for me. And then when I'm like, I'm not coming in because I said I wanted to take the day off. Like, well, you didn't request the day off. It's like, no, I told you well in advance that I was not going to be here that day. And then they're like, you have to come in or you're going to get written up. And so I had to have someone stand in line for me for the rest of it. But ended up getting a Wii. One of the launch Wiis. So.
Yeah, no, the Nintendo, that's a family story, man. Because, like, we finally got that fucking Nintendo. It's so exciting. Gonna play Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. We get home, and the fucking color TV goes out. So for the first however long we had the Nintendo, we only saw it in black and white. We had no idea what colors were going on because our color TV died. So that was fun times.
I have a very similar story. When I first got my Sega Genesis, I didn't have a TV.
Okay.
Mom and Dad wouldn't let me hook it up to the TV in the living room because they didn't want me monopolizing the TV. And so Dad, being my dad, gave me all sorts of shit Christmas morning. When I opened it up, he's like, I can't wait to play this. He's like, how are you going to play it? Because that was the thing. My parents were like, you had a set limit of how much you can ask for Christmas presents.
Mm-hmm.
And my entire budget was the Genesis. And it came with a game, so I'm like, like, I don't have to worry about getting a game. I'm not going over budget. Like, that's how they taught us math. Because it had to be, including tax, we had to factor everything in. And so I'm like, I had the console, I had a game, I didn't think about the TV. And Dad just rubbed it in for like a good solid 20 minutes. That I couldn't hook it up to the main TV and that I hadn't thought about it, so I gotta wait until my birthday to get a TV. I'm like, I was about ready to throw the box at him and just beat him to death with it. And he's like, we have a monitor. We had a Commodore 64, and it had the right connections to it. And so we set the Commodore up in my room, and I'm like, I almost murdered him that Christmas. But the problem is the Commodore 64 monitor has two sections for how you can do an input.
Mm-hmm.
It has a front input and a rear input.
Yeah.
One of the inputs wouldn't work properly with the cable, and so it didn't transmit the color. So for the first bit, every time I tried to play Sonic the Hedgehog, it was in black and white, which wasn't so bad until you got to the final level where it's just the final fight against Robotnik, and he's in these like piston pillars that there's 4 of them, and they'll like 2 of them will come up or down from the ceiling. He's in one of them, and you have to hit the one that he's in from the side. But when it's all in black and white, you can't see that minute little detail. So I'm sitting here trying to think, what the hell is going on? Where is this fucking fat man that I have to beat? And I just couldn't do it. Until my brother was like, we tried switching the connections and it didn't work out well on that one. We figured out a way to adjust it. Like, I think we had to actually cut part of the connector. Mm-hmm. So that it had more surface area to try to hit something inside, and so then it had color, but only if it was just
right.
pressed in.
Yeah.
Black and white Nintendo
worked amazingly well in Castlevania. Everything was really small because it was a 19-inch black and white.
Yeah, it was tiny.
Savage TV box for me. I had a ColecoVision when I was really little because my dad wanted. We had an Atari 2600 because my dad really wanted one, and a Commodore 64 because my dad really wanted one. So, but with that, it's after 9. Actually, we've been sitting here talking for a fair bit.
Meh.
So,
I mean, you'll enjoy it just listening to us gab.
I mean, the game's going on in the background, kind of.
There you go. You have more hair than I do that with. Actually, need a haircut.
So do I.
You can keep going with your long, luxurious locks. I need a fucking haircut.
But with that, we'll go ahead and end the stream. And we'll be back next week. Same hat time, same hat channel. I should probably start finding something to do that's a more permanent project.
Meh.
I'll figure something out. I don't know. I might actually go ahead and start live streaming Chrono Trigger, because that's one I have to play at the end of the year as well, and I have not played that yet. So I might do that, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been fantastic. Everyone who liked, comment, favorited, and subscribed, it helps out so much. You have no idea. It really does. And then I have the Patreon if you want to help the channel out directly. You get cat videos. Why the hell is no one getting the cat videos? People need to see the cat videos. There's a bunch of them. I have a whole stockpile of them waiting for the day that people start.
Now they might actually include dogs, too.
Dog and cat videos. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. So yeah, we'll be back next week. I've got Battle Chasers going up during the week, and next weekend I'm going to be doing a bunch of Smash Brothers content. I don't know how or what, because I don't know who all is going to be here, but I know Luth wants to do some stuff. I talked to Helix, and Helix might be coming down for it. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe. We were discussing that. We hadn't finalized any plans, but
poke.
Yeah, I'll poke. Be like,
Helix.
Come down. Because Smash Brothers is a lot of fun. So there will be a Smash Brothers. I don't know if I'm gonna live stream it or if I'm gonna do daily content for that. It'll depend on who wants to do what content, because that is a lot of game. There's so much packed into that game. It is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, so expect a lot of content. This week will be just pretty light content with just Battle Chasers, and then expect starting next weekend a plethora of shit. That should be the tagline for my channel, a plethora of shit.
A veritable shitload.
A cornucopia of shit. There's
2018!
There's a line from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where they're talking about the Namekians. I could not say the Namekians. The green guys. It's like Frank Jesse. And I haven't even gotten to the funny part. Just me derping around. The Namekians are just like, what do you call a group of Namekians? It's like, a gaggle? It's like, it's a cornucopia. What do you call a collection of humans? An infestation. And on that note, I'll see you all next week. So, till then, later everyone.